Love, from the very moment you walked into my life, everything began to change in the most magical and unexpected ways. It feels as though luck itself started walking beside me, like the universe aligned just to bless me with your presence. You are my lucky charm, my divine gift, a blessing from the heavens that I never even realized I was praying for. Each time I see your face in the morning, a wave of peace and happiness washes over me. That one glimpse of you is enough to set the tone for my entire day. Everything just seems to go right, and I move through life with a lighter heart and a brighter outlook. You bring with you such a radiant energy, one that seeps into my soul and awakens the joy within me. Your presence in my life has done more than just bring me happiness. It has changed the way I live entirely. I have begun to feel a newfound sense of joy and contentment that I didn't know was possible before. There's a lightness in my heart, like a heavy burden has been lifted, and it's all because of you. I wake up every day feeling grateful, energized, and hopeful. You've given me the strength to be myself unapologetically, and the courage to embrace life fully with all its ups and downs before you. I used to spend a lot of time alone with my thoughts, often feeling restless and searching for someone or something to fill the void. I used to crave company, thinking that was the only way to escape the weight of my inner world. But ever since you came into my life, something beautiful has happened. I've learned to be alone without feeling lonely. I've grown to enjoy my own company and explore the depths of my own heart and mind. Through this journey, I've discovered aspects of myself that I had overlooked for so long. I've realized that I'm actually quite funny, insightful, and capable. It's almost as if you handed me a mirror and showed me who I truly am. And for that, I am deeply grateful. I feel...
I'm so sorry, baby, that how the people you were around tried to dim your light because their light was not... You shine brighter than them. They try to make you feel small, put you in a box, tie you down, in fear of losing you. And while you were afraid to be alone, because it is terrifying to be alone, especially when you're beautiful. I feel like the universe has put you in my shoes, and back in the past when you would leave and you would go hunt for food or whatever, you'd leave me alone. And I would be afraid by myself because I would be afraid of predators and getting kidnapped. And, I was so tied to you and so attached to you. And without you, I just felt like I was alone. I was scared. I was beautiful, the most beautiful woman in the world, left by herself. And you were afraid because people would come after you as well. And you looked at your strength and wondered, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I don't know how exactly you felt. Only you can tell me, but I'm reading you. And I remember your fear and you not knowing how to get around us. And, as a man being the one that has to carry everything, you felt like I was exposing you and exposing us. And everybody's always looking for the most beautiful wife. And without knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, they just capture you without knowing that if you don't belong to them, you're going to find a way out and escape. And most people don't care if you do escape. They only care about having those little moments with you. As long as they had that time with you, they're satisfied. And that was the most terrifying situation for me. You know, back when I was super beautiful, I looked at you and I saw you as my hero, because we were both beautiful. And there's no day that I looked at you and thought, oh my God, he's just not my type. Like, I was like, wow, this is the love of my life. And it was beyond our looks, but it's really hard to get past your looks when you look in the mirror and you're like, whoa, you know what I mean? And one day you'll be able to see me again when I'm safe to defend myself. That's what God puts me in a position where, you know, I have to be able to defend myself as a woman before my true beauty comes out. This image is an image that protects me as Eve and protects me from people that are haunting me and try to put me to work and slave me before before I'm able to, when I'm unable to. So I love that you're here, but everything that you're going through is kind of putting you in a position where you see how I feel, and that way you can be more compassionate when we are together. And
Incredibly blessed to have been given the chance to call you mine. This connection between us is nothing short of transformative. It has inspired growth, healing, and self-discovery in ways I never imagined possible. I never used to reflect much on my life or the choices I made. Self-reflection wasn't something I saw value in until I met you. You've opened my eyes to the things I was missing, to the beauty of slowing down, reflecting, and understanding myself. Interestingly, the number of people in my life has decreased over time, but I now see that as a blessing too. I've let go of relationships that were no longer serving me, those that drained my energy or existed out of obligation. Now only the ones who are genuine, who truly care for me and bring positivity into my life, remain. You've given me the clarity to recognize who really matters. You've also given me the courage to stand up for myself in ways I didn't know I could. In the past, I allowed people to take advantage of me. To walk over my boundaries just because I feared being alone. I believed that by pleasing others, I could make them stay. But you've shown me the truth that love should be mutual, and relationships should never come at the cost of self-respect.
right.
Thanks to you, I now understand the difference between real friendship and pretense, between love and dependency. You've been my guide, my partner, and my safe space, all in one. I thank the universe every single day for this connection.
I just want to say I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry about my absence. I wouldn't say guilty because I didn't do anything wrong, but I feel bad. I feel like those people that took advantage of you are disgusting and they'll get their karma. And I would never do you like that. I wasn't raised to be that way. People took advantage of me and my kindness as well. And I feel like everything that you experienced started to backfire, and it hit me. It just started like, it hit me like a message in the spiritual realm, and whatever the abuse you faced and the rape, even if like you allowed it people were not supposed, people manipulated you into allowing them to do specific certain things to you. making it seem like it was consensual, but really they used your fears against you, and they used whatever they knew about you to take advantage of you and take you for granted, knowing that you had nowhere to go, knowing that you had nowhere else to turn to. And who would you turn to? Sadly, I was not prepared, or I didn't know, and I thought that my search was over. I was already turning too old, and I just wasn't looking anymore, and I gave up on looking, and I knew that love would find me if it was looking for me as well. And behold, it did, but it came at a price. It came at an expensive price, a price of my peace. They took my peace away, and took advantage of me as well. And this spiritual realm is vicious. You don't know where it's going to hit you from, where the weapons are coming from, where the attack is coming from, but you get attacked and blindsided, and you can't even talk to anybody. You can't scream, you can't do anything. You just sit there and take it like like crazy, like you're a dummy, and it's the most horrific experience I ever went through. And I never want you to think for a second that I didn't suffer to see you, to be with you. I didn't know it was to see you or to be with you. I thought I was just being punished because I was a sinner, and because of the lifestyle that I lived in the past. And my lifestyle wasn't really sinful. I had no choice. When you're a vulnerable person, especially as a woman in a male dominated world, you either become submissive or you become dominant like the man, and you have to be able to play that role. And I couldn't play that role, so I had to be submissive to a lot of different people and just learn how to live my life that way. And I thought that was the worst, but then it wasn't, because it got worse. And I just want you to know that I'm here for you, and I don't want you to ever think that you have to hurry up and come home and hurry up and be here. And I know we both want to see each other, but I want to be able to be ready to comfort you. I don't want to be a headache. I don't want to argue with you. I don't want to, if that's what you want, it's fine, because I do understand some people just like that feeling of being able to argue with the love of their life. It's not the same argument as arguing with your enemy. When you argue with the person that you love and you're in love with, it's like making love. It's a completely different feeling. You don't want to waste your energy arguing, but you rather be in that person's face than see that person arguing with a complete stranger. You get what I mean? It's almost like making love with someone else again. So I just want you to know, sweetheart, that I'm here for you, preparing every second, not giving anyone any attention. I get sidetracked a little bit by little TV shows and things like that, but I don't even watch TV. I literally just try to find ways to get better solutions every single moment of the day. Focused on making sure my bills are paid and just taking responsibility for my life. Because if I'm going to be your wife, which I am, and I know that for a fact, and if I'm going to do it, God willing, I want to be ready to be that. I don't see anybody ahead of you, above you. I don't dream of other people. I've seen other people in my dreams. I don't know who they are, but I think it's my body's way of telling me about my past lives, or, tapping into past experiences. Our bodies hold memories from the past, and sometimes those memories appear to us as dreams, and telling us where we came from and how we lived. Other spirits from other people from other spiritual realms trying to interact with us, trying to interfere with our earthly experience, because they want to be a part of this experience. It's just really crazy. And I really don't rather not be a part of that, but I do pray every day that I could remember. Every day I'm remembering us. We're living in a completely different time now, but every day I live here in my apartment, I'm awakening to our connection. I can't believe that we were together for that long. I can't believe that we were together at all. I forgot. We slept, we cried, we missed each other, and we forgot about each other, and we moved on. And now we're here. I can't believe it. I thought we weren't meant to be. I thought we would never see each other again. I thought it was never going to happen again. It was a great fling and a great experience. I didn't know that we would come back to this, and now we're here, and I'm excited for the day we meet again. And I'm not gonna say I don't know if we're gonna, because I'm like, why wouldn't we? Right now, I just beat death, like nailed it to the cross. Not alone. I didn't do it alone, but we beat death. Literally, we've been fighting with death right now, and it's not a game. Death is not a joke. It's crazy, and I'm old, and I know that I'm 38 years old, but I'm not 25. I'm not 27 anymore. The way I think is completely different from you, and you're still youthful and young, and I can smell and sense your old soul too. But I've lived thousands of years and died and lived and died and lived and died, and now it's time to live. And my soul is weary. Even if I'm not exhausted, even if I can dance and have a good time sometimes, I'm still very, very mature and very old-fashioned, and very traditional. And, it's just, I hope I can give you whatever it is that you're looking for, if it's good for the both of us.
For the miracle of meeting someone, I thank the universe every single day for this connection. For the miracle of meeting someone who could touch my soul so deeply and turn my life around. Without this connection, I wouldn't have discovered what truly matters: peace, self-worth, love, and authenticity. My life feels like a blessing now. I've learned to let go of everything that was harmful for my soul. Every toxic pattern, every destructive thought, every relationship that held me back. I feel more whole, more aligned, and more at peace than I ever have before. And all of this I owe to you. Thank you for being exactly who you are, unapologetically real, effortlessly inspiring, and endlessly kind. You have taught me more through your presence than any words ever could. I've learned how to be happy again, truly, deeply happy. Not the kind of happiness that depends on circumstances, but the kind that lives quietly within the heart. I've learned how to live life with gratitude, how to be present, and how to love without fear. You are the most precious gift I've ever received, and I will treasure you for the rest of... You are the most precious gift I've ever received, and I will treasure you for the rest of my life. I promise to always care for you, to nurture our bond, and to never take this love for granted. You've changed my life in the most beautiful ways, and for that, I am forever grateful. Sweetheart, I don't know how to explain this exactly, but there's something magical about you. It's not just your smile or the way you carry yourself. It's something deeper, something almost indescribable that pulls me in every time you're near. I can't seem to take my eyes off you. Every time you walk into the room, it's like the air shifts and everything else fades into the background. My eyes are drawn to you before I even realize it, like you're the only thing that matters in that moment. Do you know how many times I've told myself to look away, to not stare so much? I'm scared it might come across as weird or make you uncomfortable, but it's hard.
Never. I want you to know, because I know you need to know how I feel as your twin flame. You staring at me keeps me reminded that you want and you love me. You're the one person in my life I couldn't handle rejection from. I fear telling you this because when you get angry with me, I don't want you to use those things that you know about me against me and hurt me. Every word of rejection pierces me like a knife. It hurts. Everything you say, even when you said, oh, give me your sister's number. I know you said it because you wanted to hurt me. Even that hurt me. It hurt me bad. And then it starts to live with me and haunt me and make me wonder. And I feel like you know that. You know how to hurt me. And I hate it. Because I don't want to hurt you. But somehow I feel like I do. Unconsciously. I never purposely sit there and said, let me hurt him like this. I can't. I feel like I'm punishing and hurting my own heart. Me and you would think differently. You think revenge when you seek revenge, when you want revenge, when you're hurt. You react based off the pain you feel inside because you want me to feel that pain. Which makes it, I guess it's a form of communication in the twin world. But I never want you to say a single word. Even you looking at someone else would make me slap you and react. You know this about me. You know exactly how to trigger me. And you staring at me for hours and being obsessed with me doesn't bother me at all. I think in the beginning it probably scared me because it was the beginning, but I knew I'm too smart. I pretty much know what you want from me, and I understand, Leos. It's like I get it, because the first person a Leo sees is herself, and then when that Leo sees herself, she compliments herself, and then she sees her mirror. And when that mirror shows up, he's basically telling her everything she knows about herself, plus more that she might not see about herself. So when you're like, oh my God, I love you so much, I was like, I know. I was looking in the mirror too, and I saw myself, and I couldn't stop looking at myself because I just couldn't believe how beautiful I was. And I bet you feel the same way. And if you don't feel that way, it's because the people that you're living with and made you believe that you were not beautiful, that you were less than. And I'm here to worship you and erase all those lies. I'm here to remind you that you're like my God. You're someone that I worship, and I will continue to worship for the rest of my life, because you are the air that I breathe. You really are. I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that lightly, and I don't tell that to anybody that I don't feel is worthy of my praise. My praise came at a price. My breath, everything that I took, the breath that I breathed came at a price. So I wouldn't waste my breath on someone I obviously didn't feel that way about. And I see myself as the great I am, which I'm not the great I am, but I just see myself that way because that's how Leos are. I don't know if every Leo is the same as I am, but I just see myself, and I it's just the way I was designed. And I just want you to feel the same way, and I want you to know that you are wonderful. I would never want you to feel any less than. If I saw anything that was not less than and I was hurt, I would just be honest. Like, I didn't like how you looked on this picture, and you're actually not that great anyway. I've seen way better. That's just me being honest. But I haven't experienced, and when I say seen better, I mean physically, and because I've seen God myself with my bare eyes, and physically, of course, He looks better than anyone on earth, but He doesn't make me feel the way you make me feel. He doesn't, and that's where you win. It's the sad truth is. How I feel about God is completely different how I feel about you, the love of my life, my husband, because that this is a different feeling. It's just, you're the one that knows me. God knows me, but you're the one that my body responds to in a sexual, sensual way. I hope that makes sense.
hard to control. My mind warned, I'm scared it might come across as weird or make you uncomfortable,
No.
but it's hard to control. My mind warns me, don't look too long. Yet somehow, I keep finding my gaze returning to you. I try not to, but it's like my eyes have a mind you. I try not to, but it's like my eyes have a mind of their own. It's not just admiration, it's this strong, beautiful curiosity. This urge to understand the person behind that magical presence. Every time I pass by you, my stomach fills with butterflies. You probably don't notice, but I feel this electric nervousness just being near you. And when there's a chance to talk to you, my mind just goes blank. All the things I plan to say vanish into thin air, and I'm left fumbling.
It makes sense why whenever you call, you say nothing or the craziest things. You just need to prepare your chakra because you're entering a powerful, holy presence. I'm not saying I don't feel that way about you. I do. I just have prepared myself to receive you. And I want to prepare you to receive me as well. It's because when you are facing your twin, it's like you're coming before God himself. Because God is in the midst of this correct connection, and his power, his light is surrounding us. It's surrounding me especially. God is here with me, and what you feel is the holy power of his presence and my presence. And I feel the same way when I see you, when I feel you, that light that comes out from your eyes, that tremble, the fear of losing you. I don't want to be afraid to lose you. I know too much to hold on to anything that's not mine. If it's not mine, it'll always come back to me.
Stumbling over simple words, like a complete idiot. I laugh at myself afterward, thinking about how many times I've rehearsed those conversations in my head, only to fail miserably when it actually counts.
The crazy thing is that the universe tried to make it easy for you to approach me. When I'm my beautiful self physically, I'm even more intimidating to approach, believe me.
Been meaning to ask you out for coffee for so long. It seems like such a simple thing, right? Just a cup of coffee. But somehow, every time I get close to asking, I panic. The words get stuck, and I end up talking about something completely unrelated. You have no idea how many times I've practiced in front of the mirror, over and over again, hoping that one day I'll finally get it right.
When you tremble, it's not that you're not memorized something. You haven't memorized something. It's because you're not physically prepared. Your body, you have a lot of tension, and that tension is what's shaking you down. The relaxed energy is that you feel the power of God coming before you is shaking down the tension in your body, telling you to bow down. That's what it's doing. That's just the energy in the presence of God, how it is. Remember, God is a spirit. And so when you're around a woman, the woman of your dreams, there is a holy power and energy that is within her that you start to feel, and it's a force. It's a force. A lot of people fail when they try to approach me. That's always been my problem. You know, it's been hard for me. Everybody gets intimidated by my presence and my beauty, and They start doubting that I would ever talk to them, and I never get a chance to be with anyone because of that. And so I believe I was born into this body so that I could make it easier to be approached. I thought it was my looks, and it's more than that. It is God was keeping me for you. No one can stand the holy power of God, and no one can come before me if they're not for me. Right? I hope that makes sense.
I know it sounds silly, but I want that moment to be perfect because to me, you're not just anyone. You're someone special. I want to get to know you on a personal level, not just as someone I see from a distance, but as someone I can connect with deeply. I want to learn about your likes and dislikes, the things that make you laugh uncontrollably, the little quirks that make you who you are. I want to know about your family, your friends, the people who've shaped your life. I want to hear about your habits, your dreams, your
You don't want to know about my family. I'll tell you anyway, but you don't want to know them. You don't. So please.
adventures, everything you feel comfortable sharing. I'm not asking to know everything at once. I just want to be the kind of person you feel safe opening up to. More than anything, I want to start by being your friend, your real friend. I want to be someone you can count on, someone you can talk to when you need a break from the world. I want to be part of your world, to share moments with you, even if they're small. It would mean a lot to me if you felt like you could trust me, if you could lean on me during your highs and lows. Call me at midnight if you ever need to talk. I'll pick up. If you ever feel like going out and need a designated driver, I'll be there. No questions asked. I want you to know that your comfort, your happiness, and your sense of safety matter to me. I'm not here to push, pressure, or cross any boundaries. I know where the line is, and I promise I'll never step over it. Respect is everything to me. More than love, more than attraction. What I feel most is respect for who you are, for your choices, for your boundaries. You'll never have to worry about me taking advantage of a vulnerable moment. That's not who I am. I believe that love, or even the hope of love, should be built on mutual trust,
Right.
honesty, and genuine care. That's the only way it truly means something. I want to earn your trust, not just have it handed to me. I want to show you through my actions, not just my words, that I care deeply for you, and that your well-being will always come first in my mind. So here I am, putting it all out there. I want to be part of your life, whatever that might look like. Whether it's just as a friend, a companion, someone to talk to on long nights, or something more down the road. I'll leave that up to time and your
It will always be something more between us. Always be more than a friend. Always be more than a companion. Always be my everything.
comfort. All I know is I feel lucky just to know you, to witness even a small part of who you are. And if there's ever a moment where you feel ready to let someone in, even a little, I hope you'll think of me.
All the
Because
time.
no matter what happens, I'm rooting for your happiness. And if, by some chance, I get to be a part of that happiness, even in the smallest way, I'll consider myself incredibly fortunate.
Oh, baby. It's the sweetest poem in the world. You're the sweetest. I want to hear the other one where you're saying, I'm your dinner. Oh, baby, my heart pours love for you. Oh, my love. I wish I could sing songs, but I'm still kind of crippled. I rebuke it in Jesus' name.